Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutamadakammalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namaham Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prem Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyacha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So very good morning to all of you. You all are the most luckiest students on this planet because generally you don't get a teacher. You find students who bunk the class, but you'll find teacher here who bunks the class. So, so yes, I could not give earlier session and due to travel I could not message also. So I'm really sorry. But don't worry, those who are sincere shall study and Krishna shall reveal the truth to them. So yes, we studied about the science of soul and we also studied how the soul is conscious and the consciousness spreads all over the body and the after the all the sensations, all the feelings and emotions that you undergo is all because spread of consciousness. And in that, the animals or the plants, the consciousness is limited because their sense perception are limited. But in human, you can all the senses are highly active and all the senses are highly developed. So humans have much more responsibility as humans than as compared to animals. So that is why Mahabharata says, Dharmo hitesham adhiko vishesho dharmena hina pashubhi samanaha. In comparison to humans and animals, the humans they have this extra thing called dharma. All the activities that they do should be done in the format of dharma. Then you have a higher realm of life, be it Swarga, be it Vaikuntha, be it Brahmaloka, be it Tapaloka, Janaloka. The higher conscious being, we will become more higher conscious being. And human form is considered to be like a junction point. And if we don't use our consciousness for higher things, then naturally we will be degraded back to whatever we deserve. So remember, we have to remember this point. It is a very important point. That is why you will find Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, the great acharyas. They were great scholars. They could have established IT firms, or they would have established many other things, and or they would have made so much money by whatever their intelligence or whatever. But they were never interested because they knew that this kind of thing, money and all, is temporary. It is there for this life, and even if it is there, it is chanchala. Or even if I become too brilliant and I know everything of this world, what is the use just stuffing the intelligence with data? Data server always becomes warm, or you will find data servers are kept in cold places because after holding so much data and transferring so much data, it becomes hot. So if somebody is too intelligent and things don't go his way, he may become angry. So even having too much knowledge and not applying it is also dangerous. So being too intelligent, being too rich, being too much of anything in this material world is not success. The success is to engage whatever we have to best of our capacity in dharma. Now, what is dharma? We will understand it in this verse onwards. So now from verse 31 to 38, Krishna is going to inspire Arjuna to fight. He wants him to fight on a dharmic platform itself. But seeing that he is little reluctant, and Krishna has already given him the Atma Bodha, that look, there is nothing to worry. Ab tum lado jao. What will happen? Worse come worse. You will get Swarga. So fight. Go. How? We will see in today's verse. So, chapter 2, verse 31. Okay. All of you are lucky students. You got a teacher now who bunked last class. Okay. Last, we had some great guests in our place, and I was so much off track that I did not even realize that it is Thursday, Saturday, things went a little off. Okay, 31. स्वधर्मं चापि चावेक्ष न विकम्पितुम् अर्हसि धर्म्याद्धि युद्धात् श्रेयोऽन्यात् क्षत्रियस्य न विद्यते. Considering your specific duty as a Kshatriya, you should know that there is no better engagement for you than fighting on religious principles, and so there is no need for hesitation. Here he is very clearly saying that seeing that you are a Kshatriya, and you don't have to hesitate, you just have to do your duty. It is your duty. So now he's saying that you have no better engagement than you are fighting on religious principles. And so you don't have to hesitate. Is there anything left for you? He's asking Arjun. भाई तेरे पास और कुछ बचा है? कोई चीज बचा है तो बताओ. Then Arjun is saying no. See what is a person made up of? You will understand this verse then. A person is made up of his sabhava. Swabhava, which is the material swabhava, made from the previous lives continuity. You are born here with certain swabhava. So if your swabhava is of Brahmanical nature, then you are born in a Brahmin family. If it is a Kshatriya swabhava, then you are automatically or you are birth accordingly or given birth. But it is not compulsory that if somebody is born there, he'll be like that. But naturally, due to flow, like if you go, you have an AC ticket, then in the train you go to the AC bogie. You have a sleeper ticket, then you go in a sleeper bogie. You don't have a general ticket, you go in general bogie. You don't have ticket, then hide from TT and run here and there. So we all are born of different natures. Somebody is Kshatriya, somebody is a Vaishya, somebody is Shudra. Shudra is just a seva, labor class. So then he is given birth or he is kept in a situation where he will automatically thrive. Even in our villages, used to see, we had people who had land, jamindars, then we had some Brahmin who used to go and distribute their knowledge. So this kind of things were there before also. It is there now also. Now also you go to any company, there is management. There is business people who put their money in. So this is there. There's no doubt about it. So it was there earlier also. But this is the only thing we have, the Swabhava. And then one is the soul. So we are soul. So there is a requirement of soul. And one is the requirement of this body or the mind in combined, which is called Swabhava, the final nature. So even if you don't have money, or even if you have money, ultimately you will end up with Swabhava, your own mental status. Even if you want to change, you can't change. There is a nice story. There was an old man. I tell this in Hindi. एक बूढ़ा आदमी था. So ये बूढ़ा आदमी क्या है? वो बहुत बिजनेस माइंडेड था. यानी उसका अपना जो है कपड़े का दुकान था. कपड़े का दुकान था. और एक दिन ऐसा हुआ कि वो कपड़े की दुकान में वो बने बूढ़ा हो गया, तो उसने अपने दो बेटों को दुकान दे दिया कि अब तुम लोग चलाओ. उसके दो बेटों ने दुकान संभालना चालू किया. एक को बर्तन का खोल के दे दिया, एक को कपड़ा था वही दे दिया. लेकिन प्रॉब्लम ये था कि ये बुढ़ा हर बार उस दुकान में जाता था और बच्चों से वो किताब निकालता था. इधर कैसा खर्चा कर दिया, इधर नहीं देना चाहिए, अरे इसमें पैसा बचाओ तुम, अरे इसमें ऐसा करो वैसा करो. फिर इधर से खत्म होता था, फिर उस दूसरे वाले के दुकान में जाता था. ऐसे थोड़े ये वाले बर्तन मत लाओ, यहाँ एल्यूमिनियम का कोई नहीं खरीदता, पीतल का बर्तन लाओ, ये लाओ वो लाओ. ठीक है, अपना एडवाइस देता था. रोज दिन रात आता था. ओल्ड भी हो गया है, लेकिन अब इसका ऐसा स्वभाव जा भी नहीं रहा है, तो क्या करना है? तो लास्ट में देखा कि कोई महात्मा जी साधु जो यात्रा लेके जा रहे हैं, तो सोचते कि मैं हमारे पिता को यात्रा में भेज देंगे, तो थोड़ा गुरुजी लोगों के ज्ञान से परिणाम होगा, तो तभी थोड़े सुधर जाएंगे, वरना ये हर चीज में माइक्रो कंट्रोलिंग करके घुसते रहते हैं। तो इन दो बच्चों ने पंडित जी को कहा, ब्राह्मण वो यात्रा ले जाने को, कि इनको ऐसा आपको डबल पैसा दे देंगे पर इनको सुधार के भेजिए। वो चले गए, वो चले गए, तो यात्रा में गए, तो यात्रा में भी वो चालू हो गए कि वो यहाँ जाते थे, ऑटो वाले 5 रुपए कैसे ले लिया, 2 ही रुपए होता है। हर जगह वो पैसा, कंजूस कंजूस टाइप होता है ना, पैसा 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 बनिया टाइप। तो उसका स्वभाव था, वो गया, कहीं जा रहा है, खाना वाले के पास, है ये क्या है, इतना महंगा थाली कौन देता है, हमारे यहाँ तो इतने में बन जाता है। तो चटनी लेके खा लेता था, लेकिन वो पैसा खर्चा नहीं करता था। ऐसा करके 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 सब जगह हो गया। और ये पंडित जी जो है ना, जो लेके गए थे, वो परेशान हो गए, बोले अरे यार, को फालतू में यात्रा में लाए हमने, हमारा दिमाग खराब कर दे रहा है हर जगह। तो उन्होंने बोला, फिर एक जगह क्या हुआ, सारा यात्रा ऑलमोस्ट खत्म हो गया, पर इसमें कोई सुधार हुआ नहीं। जो आखिरी पड़ाव था, ये जो लोकेशन था, आखिरी पड़ाव था आपका ये काशी। तो काशी में एक जगह है, काशी में एक जगह मणिकर्णिका घाट। उस घाट पे जिसको भी अग्नि दिया जाता है ना, ऐसा कहते हैं शिव जी उसको मुक्त कर देते हैं। तो ये गुरुजी लेके गए कि देखो ये मणिकर्णिका घाट आइए, और वहां पे उनको बैठाया, और सबको बोला कि जाओ, एक एक जो बॉडी जल रहा है, एट ए टाइम 40 बॉडीज जलते उधर, तो बोले जाओ, हर एक ने एक एक बॉडी के पास बैठो एंड मेडिटेट करो कि हाउ दिस क्रिएशन इज नश्वर, इट इज टेम्पररी, जाओ। तो नेचुरल है वो, हम देखते हैं कि आग फूट जाता है, बाल जल जाते हैं, सब ऐसा कुछ रहता है, हो रहा होता है। अभी आदमी भी एक लाश के सामने जाके बैठ जाती है, डेड बॉडी के सामने, और जब थोड़ी देर बाद रोना चालू कर देता है, पूरा रोना चालू कर देता है, और गुरु जी को लगता है कि भाई इसमें तो परिणाम हो रहा है, अब इसको डर लगने लगा है मृत्यु का, अब ये जागेगा। तो बहुत रोता है, बहुत रोता है, तो सब डिवोटीज आते एक एक करके, और उसको रियलाइजेशन बोलते गुरु जी को, गुरु जी हमको समझ में आ गया है, जीवन नश्वर है। सब लोग बोलते होते, ये आता है, ये गुरु जी को पाँव छूता है, ये बूढ़ा आदमी बोलता है, गुरुदेव आपने तो मेरा आँख खोल दिए, मेरा जिंदगी इतना बेकार था, मैं जिंदगी भर कपड़े के दुकान में जिंदगी काट लिया महाराज, मैं इतना बेकार आदमी हूँ, मैंने कैसे ये सच नहीं जाना, उफ। तो गुरुजी बहुत खुश होते, बोलते ऐसा क्या साक्षात्कार हुआ तुमको? बोलते कि अरे यार, मैंने पहले लकड़ी का धंधा खोल दिया होता, आज मैं कितना अमीर होता। तो जो व्यक्ति का स्वभाव है ना, ये मणिकर्णिका घाट है, जो व्यक्ति का स्वभाव है, वो मरते दम तक नहीं जाता। सो ऑल द नेचर दैट वी कैरी डज नॉट गो अवे even till the time of death. It just carries forward to the next life. That is why the nature, human nature, is supposed to be gradually developed in God consciousness. Means we have to start having the bhava and the consciousness that God has, the supreme consciousness. So, like if you see how God sees this creation and every living entity, He sees them as theirs. ये मेरे हैं, they are mine. He sees them as an object of love. How do we see? We see everybody as how we will use him, how to usurp his money, how to grab his power, how to throw away him from power. And God says how to engage everybody in a way that they're happy. So God has created different natures and different engagements. So you be engaged in your service and do dharma. Develop your consciousness. So here, Arjuna is a Kshatriya. And Arjuna's duty, he may talk of no, there is no violence. No, violence is necessary. Violence is necessary. And if somebody in politics is saying violence is not necessary, then he is cheating you. Like Mahatma Gandhi used to say, no, we should not fight. But he was the one, because of him, so many innocent people are killed. The moment when you say you don't want to fight, you are killing more innocent people. So we don't follow this philosophy. This is basically cheating philosophy. When you want to cheat somebody, you say this philosophy. Nobody does that. There is nothing but Aman and Shanti. That is only in the full dictionary. There is violence for stopping further violence. And it is necessary even to maintain harmony in society. If the police don't have gun tomorrow, then anybody will do anything. In the ATM, if that gunman does not have gun, the people will loot the ATM. It is just a iron gauge. That's all. You can just cut it by welding machine and take all the money. So we have to understand this. The violence is necessary. So a Kshatriya means what? Kshatrayate iti Kshatriya. Kshatra means hurt. So a person who saves you from being hurt is called Kshatriya. Like you can be troubled by people, you can be troubled by strong people, can trouble the weak. So there is Kshatriya who are strong, who are God conscious, and then they come and help you. Like in Maharashtra, we have our iconic Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. In every home, he's worshipped and he's being idolized. Everybody says you should be like Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Such valor and charm. You should be like that. Because he's actual Kshatriya. So one who can save you from wrong things and protect you is called Kshatriya. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj ki jai. So so that is Kshatriya. So Krishna is saying, see, Arjun is saying here, what is saying? Swadharmam api chaveksha. He's saying Swadharmam. What is your dharma? You are a Kshatriya. So do your dharma. Now don't try to become a great ascetic. Be you what you are. So Swadharmam. You should be api chaveksha. So you have no option. So don't hesitate. Become pitum. Don't hesitate. Do your duty and rest. Things will be taken care of. Because when you follow your duty, everybody will learn to follow their duty. Like we have seen sometimes, if the father is smoking, the child learns from the father how to smoke. If the father is a good God conscious person, then you will find that the child also follows that path. So if you follow your parents did Kshatriya job, you also do, your kids will do, and that will go on. So don't leave your path. Follow your path because you have no option. If you cannot do Kshatriya, उसके आगे तू करेगा क्या फिर? तेरे से बाकी होगा भी नहीं. तू क्या करेगा? जाके अभी समझो तू जाके खेती करेगा तो उधर भी तू पत्थर उठा के इसको मारेगा उसको मारेगा. So best is do your duty as a Kshatriya. So now Arjun is trying to basically run away. Let me see if there's some main point left out. So it is that you will attain Swarga, because to do this, you will get a higher destination. So you please do your benefit. ओके अपना ही सोचो. अगर तुमको अध्यात्म नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, मेरा वर्स नंबर 12 to 30 समझ में नहीं आया, एक काम करो, तुम do what is beneficial to you. Okay, you do this is your benefit, do it. 32. यदृच्छया चोपपन्नं स्वर्गद्वारम अपावृतम दुखिना क्षत्रिय पार्थ लभन्ते युद्धमिदृशम. O Partha, happy are the Kshatriyas to whom such fighting opportunities come unsought, opening for them the doors of heavenly planets. So it is mentioned here that actually, look, you don't get such chances. Here you got a nice chance to protect Dharma, kill these adharmi people, Duryodhana, Bhishma, Drona, kill them. They are of no use. They are doing adharma. And this planet of human life I have kept so that people can follow path of dharma. So my request is go and do the activities of dharma. Don't lose this chance. My humble request, please. So that is how you become happy. Abhi you are miserable. You are miserable because you are attached to somebody. And you are thinking that if I kill them, you will be sinful. No, you do your duty. Do your duty to release you from all the anxieties. If you're engaged, mind will not trouble you, intelligence will not trouble you, senses will not trouble you. But if you're not engaged, it is said, idle mind is devil's workshop. If your mind is not engaged, then what will happen? You immediately will start desiring so many things that you will have problem. So he's saying, please, you do one thing. You engage yourself. Okay, that is what he's saying. So it is mentioned in Parashara Smriti, Kshatriyo hi praja rakshan, Shastra pani pradandayan, Nirjitya sainyadi, Kshitim dharmena palayet. Kshatriya ready to punish with the weapon in hand, protecting citizens and conquering earth with opposing armies, should govern with dharma. So that is the power of a person. That a person who is following the path of dharma, he should actually rule the world. And that is why you will see even Krishna is very smart. In this creation, there are many demonic powers who come in power. But if you see Krishna in especially land of dharma, he'll automatically put dharma people on top. Because you can't govern this land by power. This is the land of dharma. Only following dharma you can govern. So here he is saying, Krishna is saying, Arjun, why are you meant to say, why are you bewildered? Just do your dharma, go and fight. Krishna is saying, do your dharma. So dharma, it is your dharma, you fight. Soul and all uska advancement hote rahega. Your nature is to fight, so you fight. So if you, he is saying, Arjun, look, if you win also, what you get? अगर आप जीत जाते हो क्या मिलेगा? भूमि मिलेगा ना. You will win, then you will rule the world. But if you don't win, still you don't lose because you get heaven. So there is nothing for you to lose. So he is saying. So here Arjun had asked this question. You remember? He was saying, if I do all this, then I'll go to hell. Narke niyato vaso. I will eternally reside in hell, killing so many people. And Arjun had this ideology. And now this ideology has been refuted by Krishna, saying that no, you will go to heaven even if you fight and win, or you lose in the fight. So what is the knowledge that we are gaining here? Is that any point of time in life, we may be depressed, we may be we may have so many anxieties. But the only solution we have is to live with our dharma, swadharma, our nature. We should not leave our services created by our nature. We should never throw away. Because then the mind will become heavy. Mind will become heavy and will not be engaged. So just to remain engaged, we have to live that kind of life. Even if we are not God conscious, even if हम भगवान पे नहीं भरोसा है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. पर आप अपने स्वभाव से काम नहीं करेंगे ना तो प्रॉब्लम होगा. तो स्त्री धर्म है, पुरुष धर्म है, उसमें भी ब्राह्मण धर्म है, क्षत्रिय धर्म है, वैश्य धर्म है, संन्यास धर्म है. तो आपको अपने अपने कॉन्शियस लेवल पे वो काम करना है. आप नहीं करोगे तो दिक्कत होगा. और इसलिए देखो, जनरली जितने भी लोग रहते हैं वो कुछ ना कुछ अपना काम खोजते हैं, और काम में भी ना पैसा बाद में, ऐसा काम दो कि मेरे स्वभाव को मैच हो. You will find sometimes people take teacher's job. Why? They like teaching. They say it is so nice. Teaching karo, take your salary, be happy. So here Krishna is saying, Arjun, look, even if you win over the kingdom. You lose, still you will get Swarga. Then why are you worried? Just fight. देखो सिंपल है ना भाई, उसका सोल्यूशन फाइट ही है. Either by your nature you fight, either spiritual instruction you fight, either from the platform of soul you fight, either for dharma you fight. There is no other option left for you. So fight. 33. Atchetvam imam dharmyam sangramam na karishyati tatah swadharmam kirtim cha hitva papam avapsasi. If, however, you do not fight this religious war, then you will certainly incur sins for neglecting your duties and thus lose your reputation as a fighter. So Arjun's problem was that he was thinking that if I fight, I will lose my reputation. And Krishna is saying, if you don't fight, you lose your reputation. Generally, it happens in life that we want to do something, we get into it enthusiastically, and then we are stuck somewhere in between. And I think galti kar diya kya aake. Then we think that I should go back. That is also far away. Going back is also far away. Going ahead is also far away. And you are stuck in between. So that time, the only solution is to follow your dharma, is to follow your swabhava. So there are two swabhavas. One swabhava is for the body and mind, and one is for the soul. So the swabhava of the body is either of this varnashram, so you just follow it. And swabhava of the soul is to happily serve the Lord. So you happily serve. So this is one way, and this is second way. So when you follow spiritual practices, you are following this nature of soul, like you're chanting the japa or you're doing dhyana. That is for the soul. And for the body, you have to see what is your role in society, and you have to follow those varnashram rules so that you can be peaceful and free from sin. So Krishna is saying by fighting you will not incur sin. If you give away your duty, then you will incur sin. Look at Arjuna's arguments and look at Krishna's answers. Arjuna is thinking, if I fight, I'll incur sin. That is Gandhi theory. And look, Gandhi, how a cheater he was. He was carrying Bhagavad Gita in hand and teaching exactly opposite. And second is, if you don't fight, you will incur sins. He's saying, don't think that you'll be free from sins just by doing your dharma. So better do your dharma. Okay, that is what he's saying. So here is saying, anyway, so extra is not there. 33. So 34 now. I think 33 I took 33. So, okay. Here it is mentioned. Just I'll read something from the purport. It is very nice. Here it is mentioned Lord Shiva in the dress of a hunter. Here it is mentioned after fighting and defeating Lord Shiva in a dress of a hunter, Arjun pleased the Lord and received a reward, a weapon called Pashupata Astra. Can you imagine? He had already gone to Swarga when they were united. And Lord Shiva came as hunter, and there was a nice duel duet between both of them, fight, just for entertainment purpose. And then at the end, Shivji gave him Pashupatastra, and everyone knew that he was a great warrior. Even Dronacharya gave him benediction and awarded him special weapon by which he could kill even his teacher. So Arjuna was given Brahmastra, the knowledge of Brahmastra, by which you could crack down the entire Brahmanda. Can you imagine? So he was credited with so many military certificates from many authorities, including his adopted father Indra, the heavenly king. Even his Indra gave him so many things. So after such a great history that you have, means Arjun was not an ordinary fighter. He had such a great name and fame. Now imagine you don't do your duty. What is the use? What is the use? So this is mentioned here that you should not forget your dharma. 34. Akirtim chapi bhutani kathayishyanti te vyayam sambhavitasya cha kirtir maranad atirichyate. People will speak of your infamy, and for one who has been honored, dishonor is worse than death. If you don't fight, then what will happen? People will blaspheme you. लोग आपको गाली देंगे क्या है यार इसको इतना. For example, now let us say we have Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. Everybody has voted him so that he becomes the Prime Minister. Now, after voting him as Prime Minister, if he does not do his duty, then what will happen is we will have this, oh, kaiko kiya. Then people will criticize him. So whether he likes it or no, he has to do his duty. You understand? He has to do his duty. So we have to know that at any point of time, please, he is saying, Arjun, you are a Kshatriya. If for a Kshatriya, dishonor is much more worse. It is said, Kshatriya chapi yuddhe chapi apalayanam. A Kshatriya is one who does not abandon the battlefield. It is said when the Kshatriya used to put tilak for war, they say either win and come back or just come back dead. So Kshatriyas never went back. It's not like, oh my God, there are too many people who should go away. It is not like that. You fight, and they like fighting. They fought for dharma. So when they fought, so either they came victorious or they came up wounded. But they will not run away. No, that is not allowed. So he's saying, see, Arjun, ऐसा नहीं रहता. तुम्हारा बदनामी हो जाएगा. And many of us work in our fields, whatever we have, इज्जत के नाम पे काम करते हैं. हमको सैलरी मिलता है और सैलरी में कंपनी क्या करता है, बुला के ना गेट टुगेदर कर देता है. Oh, we have certain award functions. The best employee of the year. अरे बेस्ट एम्प्लॉय तो पगार बढ़ा ना. If you think I'm your best employee, then increase my salary. Don't give me a 5 rupee trophy. They cheat everybody by giving a small trophy. He's the best, he's the best employee of the year. And people are like, oh my God, this is the trophy. And you're the best नौकर. सबसे अच्छा उल्लू तेरे को बनाया. तुम सबसे अच्छा नौकर हो उसका. So you are not some hero. You are fool that you got that award. So that award is driving you. But here Krishna is saying that Arjun, you have so much honor. So this dishonor is worse than death. So try to avoid it and do your dharma. He's saying just do your dharma. He's saying you are in the high position. संभावितस्य. बहुत ऊपर वाले रिस्पेक्टेबल हो तुम. Okay, so don't do that. And अतिरिच्यते, it is better than death. This, so don't do that. वो मत करो. भागो. बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगा. मृत्यु से भी ज्यादा पेन होने लगेगा तुमको. In death, the only pain is that you have to leave this body. But when somebody blasphemes you, it is more than death. So that time you have to be very calm and composed and spiritually fit. 35. भयाद्रणात् उपरतं मां शान्ते त्वं महारथः येषां च त्वं बहुमतो भूत्वा यास्यसि लाघवम्. The great generals who have highly esteemed your name and fame will think that you have left the battlefield out of fear only, and thus they will consider you a coward. So the problem is, Arjuna, if you leave this battlefield, they will not, even if you have some high compassion and other things, people around are not going to take it that way. They will think that you are a coward, a डरपोक है, घाबर गुंडा, चलो भाग गया. बोलते नहीं, घाबर गुंडिया पड़ाला निकल गया. तो they will think that you are a घाबर गुंडा. So they will, that is why you have run away. So you should not run away. It is worse than death for you. तुम्हारी बदनामी हो जाएगी. So please do not run away, and don't be a coward. So that is what is mentioned here. 34. Okay. 34, 35 we have taken. This is very easy to understand. Here it is saying, basically Krishna is telling Arjuna, do not think that the great generals like Duryodhana, Karna and other contemporaries will think that you have left the battlefield out of compassion for your brothers and godfather. No, they will not understand. They will not take it that way. They will think that you have left out of fear for your life, and thus their high estimation of your personality will go to hell. They think high of you as of now because at least you come to fight. They will think low of you, so do not fight. Do not run away from fight. 36. अवाच्यवादांश्च बहून् वदिष्यन्ति तवाहितः निन्दतस्तव सामर्थ्यं ततो दुःखतरं नु किम्. Your enemies will describe you in many unkind words and scorn your ability. What could be more painful for you? हाँ? So your own relatives, आपके अपने रिश्तेदार आपको बहुत ताना मारेंगे, तो उससे ज्यादा और कष्ट क्या हो सकता है? Generally, we will find that if you're a student, then your parents will say, "Hey, study nicely, so that you should get a good job. Study nicely. You can't run away only because you don't study." Then your parents will or relatives they will start or people around will say, "Hey, तो अच्छा पढ़ता ही नहीं है, तो घूमने वाले." So you have to do your duty and you have to engage yourself, and that is your identity. You are Arjuna because you're a Kshatriya. If you're not a Kshatriya, then you have to do something else. But whatever you do, that also you have to do very sincerely. Abad Sanjay. If you're a farmer, then you do your duty as a farmer, no problem. So we all have to do our duties. Krishna is saying, do not run away from this world. Because not doing a duty is also a duty. So you have to take the reactions. So first is do your duty. So this is what he's saying. Don't run away. My humble request. He says you will be anarya. Anarya means uncultured if you run away. So please do not run away. 37. हतो वा प्राप्स्यसि स्वर्गं जित्वा वा भोक्ष्यसे महिं तस्मादुत्तिष्ठ कौन्तेय युद्धाय कृतनिश्चयः. O son of Kunti, either you be killed on the battlefield and attain the heavenly planets, or you will conquer and enjoy the earthly kingdom. Therefore, get up and fight with a determination. So, either you win and enjoy the kingdom, or you lose and you go to heaven. Either ways you do, but get up now and fight. Yuddhaya krita nishchaya tasmad uttishta kaunteya. Oh my dear Kunti putra, Kunti का नाम ले लिया, हाँ कुंती का बेटा उठ और लड़ाई कर. We have no other option. युद्धाय कृत निश्चयः. Now determine and fight. Now it is like Arjun is little intelligent. He's thinking, he's still thinking that he's saying, but I'm still not convinced. Now that even after giving such a version of fruitful life, generally in this world, people drive or live just because there is some fruit to be expected. Fruit means कुछ तो उसका result आएगा अच्छा. Like you do job 10 to 6. Why? Because at the end of the month or first day of the month, you get a message. Ting, ting. Your account has been credited by so and so amount. And you're like, gosh. Just for those money, those account, the balance, you work whole month, hard work. So Krishna is saying, look, your account will be credited. Why are you now worried? Go. But still Arjun is not making the move of fighting. Or he has not yet decided or lifted his Gandiva. It means that he is not on the level of karma kanda. See, there is hierarchy, which we will teach gradually. There is karma kanda, there is sakam karma, nishkam karma, gyan, then dhyan, and then bhakti. So, he is giving the gajar of karma kanda. ले ले, मिल तो रहा है तेरे को सब, तेरे को यही चाहिए ना. तो यह आया ही था राज्य के लिए, तो राज्य मिल गया और हार भी गए तो यू डाई एंड यू गो टू स्वर्ग. स्वर्ग चले जाओगे. प्रॉब्लम कहाँ है? So he's saying, yes, you have to do this. Now, so now he's saying, okay, you fight and now you take heaven. 38. He's saying, Sukha dukhe same krutva labha labho jaya jayo talo yuddhaya yujasva naivam papam avapsasi. Do thou fight for the sake of fighting without considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat. And by so doing, you shall never incur sin. Now Krishna is seeing that इतना बोलने के बाद ये गांडीव नहीं उठा रहा है. Means he is not lifting his weapon. See, you have to understand this now. This is a subtle thing. Whenever you are teaching somebody, let us say I am teaching all of you or whatever. So what happens is when I speak to you, Then if you are on the level of karma kanda, then you said, oh, I get my heaven, no? अरे फिर तो छोड़ो मैं लड़ने जा रहा हूँ. If Arjuna was not advanced, if he was on the level of karma kanda, means he was more interested in the results and the property and that. So he would have been happy at that level. But when Krishna saw that he's not still lifting his Gandiva bow, it goes to show that Arjun was on a higher level of consciousness. He's not lifting. So now I have to teach him Nishkam. The Sakam I have taught him how to be fruitful. He's not accepting. So now I have to teach him Nishkam. So now I teach him what is Nishkam. So I say, look Arjuna, do one thing. See, teacher and disciple, no? There is no, it is not that he has to say always. Just by looking also, you understand. He understood, he didn't understand. So Krishna is saying, Arjuna, okay, do one thing. He's saying, what he's saying? Sukha dukhe samekritva. Happiness will come, distress will come. Don't get caught up into it. Sukha dukha samekritva. Treat them equally. Labha, alabha, jaya, jaya. Labha means benefit, alabha means no benefit. Jai means victory, ajaya means no victory. So whether you get a victorious or you don't get victorious, you be equanimous. But fine. So what he's saying is, you do your duty now, although you may not be interested in the result. Now what is he teaching? Nishkam. He taught all the Sakam things. You're getting the now level, the gradation is going up. Arjun is not agreeing. अगर वो उस level पे होता, what would have done? अरे जय हो मेरे को मेरा property मिलेगा चलो. But because your consciousness is up, you are not going to be accepted. Then what do you say? Krishna is saying, Arjun, let us do one thing. You be equanimous type, like a person who is not affected, like with happiness, distress, victory, failure, you get the property, you don't get the property, whatever. You do one thing, you just engage. Sometimes you'll find this old people, old people who are in 60s. What they do, they have earned a lot of money. They have earned their money in life. Now they have pension, they have their bank balance, and then they have everything. What they do, still you'll find them going on the road and doing samaj seva. They are like police mitra. Police mitra means for the police, they require people to hold crowd. They can't do it on the peak time. So many police is not there. So they go and help. They get that jacket from the government that you are temporarily authorized to handle the crowd, and then, they like that. See, they can't sit at home. If they sit at home, they have enough money. Everybody will feed them. Even they can cook and eat nice items. But that is what they don't want. They want some engagement. So what they do? Or otherwise they'll go and do. Let us help the poor. They'll go and do some good things. Or they'll do some cleaning. There's a lot of garbage and this is not good. So we have come up with this initiative that let us clean our environment. And these old people will go with jhadu and all and that, and then they will start doing. So that is called Nishkama Sthiti. Means after doing Sakama, you realize that even these fruits that I worked for are not giving me happiness and satisfaction. Then one has this question. एक आदमी को सवाल आता है, मैं किया इतना, क्यों किया? तो अब प्रॉब्लम है कि अब उसको समझ गया कि फल के बिना भी काम चल रहा है, पर अब स्वभाव का क्या करे? स्वभाव स्टिल मीनिंग नो, दैट इज गुड कि आपको पगार मिल रहा तो पगार की जरूरत नहीं है. People say, I know many old people. They say, Prabhu, you at least call me once in a month. Just speak to me. I have everything. I have money, home, AC, non-AC. I have car, no car. I have everything. But I don't have somebody to talk to and reveal my things. I said, पर तुमने जिंदगी में किया क्या जो तुम रिवील करेगा और मैं सुनेगा? कुछ किया भी है? जिंदगी भर भोग किया, पैसा कमा लिया. अब फ्रस्ट्रेट होके क्या खोज रहे? खोजो. And now you should start chanting. You should start talking to God. So the swabhava, if it is not engaged, then there is problem. And if it is engaged, then you will realize that is fruits that you are working for, or the mentality of certain fruit that you are working for will make no sense. Then what remains is only your swabhava. So you'll find old people do gardening or something, like that. So, but again, now Krishna is going to talk of Nishkam in some verses. But after that, he'll realize that Arjuna is still not, and then he'll reach till all the. That is why this second chapter is called summary of all philosophy. Krishna is testing मेरा चेला किधर तक है. He is seeing where have my disciple is my disciple, gone. So here he is saying labha labha jaya jayo. So he is saying that actually, if you have to fight, then you have to fight on the level of Krishna consciousness. Because if you are a devotee, then only you can do this highest thing. So engage your swabhava and do it. There is no consideration of happiness or profit, etc. So here it is mentioned, he who acts for his own sense gratification, either in goodness or in passion, is subject to the reaction, good or bad. So those who do for themselves, they will get good and bad reactions. But those who don't do for themselves, they will not get that reaction. So here it is mentioned from Bhagavatam, Devarshi bhutapta nirnam pitranam na kinkaro nayam rinicha rajan sarvatmanaya sharanam sharanyam gato mukundam paririthya kritam. Anyone who has completely surrendered unto Krishna, Mukunda, giving up all the duties, is no longer a debtor, nor is he obliged to even not demigods, nor the sages, nor the people in general, nor kinsmen, nor humanity, nor forefathers. We all have rin, Dev rin, Rishi rin, Pitra rin. He is saying if you are following the path of this Krishna consciousness, or you are doing activities based on your external dharma, and also understanding your spiritual role, you are not bound to any of the reactions that come. So, do your duty. Do not run away. That's what Krishna is saying, Arjuna. Please, chalega tu, fight kar. So he is saying, so when I argue, what is the argument? There is a subtle argument between Krishna and Arjuna. What is the argument? Arjuna is saying, I will not fight as sins of killing Brahmins and Gurus still remain. अच्छा आपने इधर बोल दिया मैं समझ गया. अभी तक तो आपने बोला युद्ध करो. मैं एग्री करता हूँ मेरा स्वभाव है and I have to fight. This name fame will finish me. So I have to fight, no problem. But still I'm not convinced that I have to kill Bhishma and Drona, my gurus. I will have that sin. So now, then what to do? So Krishna in this verse is indirectly answering, no. Sin when fighting with desire of liberation, there is no sin. So fight on a higher level. When you fight on that level, you think of on the level of soul, then there is a problem. And don't worry about the loss and victory. You fight on that level. So he is upgrading the consciousness. So here again Arjuna is saying, how can one act without desire for results? You are saying don't worry of results. So if I don't worry, then why will I act? So Krishna is saying no. If you fight on the level of Krishna consciousness, you will find infinite bliss of Atma, and that is our main goal. So attachment of kingdom is for fools. So that is not for you. I know. So you think of higher consciousness and higher joy because you want to enjoy, right? You wanted to enjoy. So this is the highest enjoyment. So that is what he is saying. So now here there is a transition from Sakam Karma to Nishkam Karma. So now the Nishkam Karma will come from the next mantra point. Nishkam Karma will come from the next verse 39 that we will see on Thursday without delay. आज क्या तारीख है 30 1 and 2. Oh, Thursday 2 तारीख मेरा बर्थडे है. हम बर्थडे में मिलेंगे. Any questions we have, you can ask. Yes, any questions? We have 10 minutes today for question answers. Yes, Prabhu.
प्रभु जी, आपने बोला वायलेंस इज रिक्वायर्ड टू अवॉइड ऑनगोइंग वायलेंस, करेक्ट ना? दैट महात्मा गांधी का आपने उदाहरण दिया या आपने इसका उदाहरण दिया, एटीएम के बाहर अगर कोई वेपन लेके खड़ा है, सो दी रियली वायलेंस इज रिक्वायर्ड to avoid violence, or we need some rules and regulations to avoid it, because weapon खाली दिखाने के लिए है, not to kill it ना. So violence, real violence is not there. It is just to protect.
No. If only it is to show, चोर को पता चलेगा कि ये तो सिर्फ दिखाने के लिए इसको खिलौना दिए, तो फिर वो करेगा ना वायलेंस, तो चलाना भी पड़ेगा. Now that call has to be taken by that person at that particular time. The gunman has to think कि मारने से बचेगा कि नहीं, सिर्फ बैठने से बच जाएगा. So it is not necessary that you have weapon means you have to keep it running. You keep it and use it when required. Like we have energy commandos. So when there was attack of 26/11, that's the time we saw their power. How they took over our entire system and they fought.
Got it.
Yes. और किसी का क्वेश्चन है? अगला जो सेक्शन है निष्काम कर्म है, वो जाऊंगा तो फिर वो एक सीरीज में अगला पार्ट में जाएंगे.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी.
यस
प्रभु जी, जो आपने बताया है स्वभाव और भाव, ये डिफरेंट है, एक ही है?
नहीं, भाव जो है वो मन का होता है. जैसे मन में आपके दया भाव है, गुस्सा भाव है, ये सब भाव है, वो मानसिक स्तर पे होता है. स्वभाव मतलब जो मन बुद्धि अहंकार के साथ मिलके बना हुआ एक टोटल जो चित्त, मैंने उस दिन समझा है ना, चेतना बुद्धि, तो मन बुद्धि और अहंकार का जो मिला हुआ जो पूरा है, जो एक फाइनल बनता है, उसको चित्त बोलते हैं, उसको भाव बोलते हैं. स्वभाव.
हरे कृष्ण.
हाँ, वो आपको समझाता हूँ. देखो सिद्धांत ये बहुत टफ है, लेकिन फिर भी एक एंगल देता हूँ किसी दिन बाद में. और जैसे अब मैं ये सोचूं कि सब जीव हैं, सब पे दया करना चाहिए, तो मैं स्पिरिचुअल हो गया. फिर मुझे पता ही नहीं कि सब जीव है, मुझे लगता है ये मुर्गी मेरे खाने के लिए बना है, ये बकरी मेरे खाने के लिए बना है, ये घर मेरे आनंद के लिए बना है, तो क्या होगा, वो भोगी बन जाएगा.
स्वभाव.
तो उसमें वो जो आइडियोलॉजी है ना, बहुत काम आता है फिलोसफी का. वो आपका आइडियोलॉजी चेंज हो गया तो भाव चेंज हो जाएगा. अब आइडियोलॉजी बदला रहेगा तो फिर आपका भोगी टाइप भाव होगा. तो भोगी करोगे तो रोगी बनोगे, दुश्मन ज्यादा होंगे. त्यागी बनोगे तो दोस्त ज्यादा होंगे. ऐसा है. ठीक है.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभू.
येस दीपक जी.
हा प्रभूजी, याच्यामध्ये आता कोट केलं, इतर सर्वांचा त्याग करून जो मनुष्य पूर्णपणे मुकुंद आणि श्रीकृष्णाला शरण गेला आहे तो कोणाचाही ऋणी राहत नाही. म्हणजे जो देवताचा पण ऋण राहत नाही, ऋषींचा राहत नाही. म्हणजे याला समजा म्हणजे या तात्पर्याला प्रभुपादांचा कोट केलेला आहे, त्याला आपण हा असं समजू शकतो सर्वांपारिताचे मामे घेऊन.
भगवंत तेच त्याला देत आहेत. भगवंत आतापासून है ना, अभी से जो वर्सेस चल रही है, अब भगवान देख ले कि इसको मटेरियल लाइफ में इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, होता तो खुश हो जाता ना कि प्रॉपर्टी मिलने वाला है, मार दो फिर. लेकिन वो उस लेवल का काम नहीं है, उनके हाईएस्ट लेवल तक जाने दिए भगवान. वो उनको बोल रहे कि तुम तो अभी इसलिए वो बोल रहे तुम इस पे काम करो, तुमको ऋणी नहीं रहोगे. अगर ये करोगे तो ऋणी नहीं रहोगे, तो करो, इस लेवल पे काम करो.
म्हणजे आपण भगवंतांच्या आदेशाप्रमाणे जर आपण काम करत राहिलो किंवा आपण वागलो तर आपल्याला ऋण कोणाचं राहत नाही, भगवंताच्या शरण गेलो आहे.
हाँ, नहीं, ऋण नहीं रहना का मतलब ये नहीं कि हम काम नहीं करेंगे. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल अभी पितृपक्ष था, तो सबने अपने पितरों को पिंड दिया या श्राद्ध किया, या आपका समझो बेटा बेटी का दायित्व है, या छोटा उसका दायित्व है, तो ऐसे नहीं कि आप ऋणी नहीं हो, या आप माता पिता के लिए भी ऋणी नहीं. लेकिन आप अपने कर्तव्य करो. 3rd चैप्टर में भगवान बोलने वाले हैं कि फिर भी तुम करो अर्जुन, नहीं तो तुमको देख के लोग गलत सीखेंगे. तो लोगों को सिखाने के लिए आप ऐसा करो. ऐसा. तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल अभी हमारे जो माता पिता है, इनका जीवन हो गया, इन्होंने जो जो जीना था जी लिया, फिर भी ये लोग कैसे आपस में बॉन्डिंग में रहते हैं। उससे क्या होता है, अगर वो बॉन्डिंग में नहीं रहेंगे तो ये नीचे जो बेटा बेटी पति पत्नी इधर है जो नीचे, और ये लोग नहीं रहेंगे, तो वो ऐसा रहता है, वो सीक्वेंस टूट जाता है। इसलिए आप मुक्ति अवस्था में के बाद भी आपको कर्म वही करना पड़ता है। बस यही है कि आप अब ऑब्लाइज्ड नहीं हो। लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल आप बैंक का लोन लिए हो, तो बैंक का लोन लिया है तो आप ऑब्लाइज्ड हो, लेकिन आपने लोन फेड दिया तो आप ऑब्लिगेशन खत्म। ऐसा है।
थैंक यू प्रभु जी, हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
यस प्रभु।
प्रभु जी जो 38 श्लोक था वो निष्काम में नहीं था।
निष्काम में ट्रांजिशन, अभी सकाम से निष्काम की तरफ लेके जा रहे हैं भगवान।
इट्स ट्रांजिशन।
प्रभु जी और जो 27 श्लोक जो था उसमें वैदिक बात हुई थी या कर्म मीमांसा की बात हुई थी?
27।
हाँ, जिसमें भगवान कहते हैं मतलब जन्म लिया है तो मृत्यु तो
तो
निश्चित है और मृत्यु के पश्चात पुनर्जन्म भी निश्चित है, तो आप अपने अपरिहार्य कर्तव्य पालन में तुम्हें शोक नहीं करना चाहिए। तो इसमें कर्म मीमांसा है या फिर जो हमारी वैदिक फिलोसफी है उसकी बात हुई है?
नहीं 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 नहीं, वो तो 27 में आपको समझाया ना कि जो अलग अलग सिद्धांत हैं, लोकायतिक है, वैभाषिक है और न्याय दर्शन है गौतम ऋषि का, तो ये दर्शन के ऊपर का दर्शन भगवान दे रहे हैं। वो कह रहे हैं कि ये कहते हैं कि कॉन्शियसनेस सब डेवलप होता है, तो भगवान बोलते हैं अगर वैसा भी होता है तो भी तू युद्ध कर, क्योंकि जब वो तहसी मैनिफेस्ट होने वाला है, तो तू चिंता क्यों कर रहा है। भगवान बोल रहे तुम क्यों चिंता कर रहे हो। तो वो नहीं, वहां पे निष्काम वहां चालू नहीं हो रहा है, या वो उधर कुछ नहीं, यहाँ पे ट्रांजिशन है ये वर्ष से। और वो वर्ष क्या है, वो तो आत्मबोध है। वो पहले 30 श्लोक तक जो है ना भगवान आत्मबोध कराते हैं, और जब देखते हैं कि आत्मबोध करा दिया है तो इसको देखते हैं कि भाई अगर इसको यही चाहिए प्रॉपर्टी वॉपर्टी, तो उसको पता है भाई स्वर्ग वैसे भी, मर गया तो स्वर्ग जाएगा, और जीत गया तो राजा बनेगा, तू खत्म, दुर्योधन मर जाएगा, तुम लोग राजा बनो।
प्रभु
तो
जी।
वो देखता है कि इतना के बाद भी वो इंटरेस्टेड नहीं है, तब वो उनको बोलते हैं कि ठीक है अब एक काम
हाँ
करो।
जी
ऐसा है।
प्रभु जी, मैं वो पूछ रहा था वैदिक और कर्म मीमांसा वो दोनों में से कौन सा सिद्धांत है 27 वाले में?
27।
वैदिक वैदिक हमारे वैदिक सिद्धांत था या कर्म मीमांसा, मतलब कर्म मीमांसा जो आपने बताया था?
तो सुनो, देखो ये है ना शास्त्र से ध्रुव मृत्यु ये वाला खेल, तो इसमें कर्म मीमांसा देखो क्या होता है प्रभु जी, कहीं भी कुछ मत घुसा दो इसमें, कर्म मीमांसा को कोई डायरेक्ट लेना देना नहीं है। कर्म मीमांसा क्या होता है समझाता हूँ, कभी कभी आदमी ना कंफ्यूज होता है, सब चीज कहीं भी घुसा देने से गड़बड़ हो जाए। कर्म मीमांसा का मतलब होता है, कुमारी भट्ट और मंडन मिश्र इन्होंने प्रोपोगेट ज्यादा इसको यूज किया था। तो कर्म मीमांसा होता है जब कर्म को आप बड़ा कर देते हो और भगवान को गौण में रखते हो। जैसे उदाहरण के लिए आप कर्म, आपके पास कर्म का शक्ति है, तो आप कर्म करते हो, तो आप जब कर्म करते हो तो आपको लगता है कि हाँ मेरे कर्मों से ही मुझे ये फल आया, ये आया, ये आया, तो मेरा कर्म जरूरी है। लेकिन कई बार ऐसा होता है कर्म नहीं करने पर भी फल आता है। ऐसा कोई बच्चा कौन सा कर्म किया, डायरेक्ट किसी अमीर के घर पे जन्म ले लेता है, तो सब प्रॉपर्टी पावर मिल जाता है। तो कर्म, पिछला कर्म होगा तब उसको मिला है। तो एक्चुअली क्या कहते हैं कि कर्म ऐसे करते रहो करते रहो करते रहो कि भगवान आपके पास आए। एक्चुअली हाईएस्ट लेवल पे ये भी भक्त का ही भाव है, परंतु इन्होंने फिर भी भगवान को बड़ा नहीं किया है, कर्म को बड़ा किया, इसलिए इनको डायरेक्ट भक्ति की श्रेणी में नहीं डाला जाता, इनको कर्म मीमांसा की श्रेणी में डाला जाता है कि कर्म प्रदान करते हैं। लेकिन कर्म मीमांसा वालों का जो अनुभव है, जब वो जीवन जीने लगते हैं उस सिद्धांत में, तो कहीं ना कहीं वो द्वंद्व में पूरे गिरे, कर्म करने के लिए द्वंद्व में गिरना होगा, डुअलिटी में। तो डुअलिटी में झटके मिलेंगे सुख दुख का, तो वो कहते नहीं सुख दुख झेल लो, वो इस लेवल पे झेलने को कहते हैं, तो वो लोअर लेवल का झेलाइए, समझा। अब जैसे हमारे इंडिया पाकिस्तान मैच में हमारे इंडियन लोगों ने ट्रॉफी नहीं लिया, बाहर में जाओ, बैठ गए वो लोग। तो ट्रॉफी के लिए तो खेल रहे थे वो इतना, लेकिन वो ट्रॉफी के लिए खेल ही नहीं रहे थे। इंडिया की टीम बोला पाकिस्तान से खेलेंगे हारने के लिए, तीनों मैच हराए, उसका आनंद ज्यादा था। वो बैट्समैन को मैन ऑफ द मैच, मैन ऑफ द सीरीज कुछ पड़ी नहीं थी, वो उन्होंने हवा में ट्रॉफी उड़ा दी, नहीं थी उनको ट्रॉफी, उनको आनंद ज्यादा आया। कोई कर्म मसाला बोलेगा ट्रॉफी के लिए खेला है, ट्रॉफी ले लो, उनके पीछे डेवलप होगी, लेकिन उससे भी ज्यादा तो उसको उसमें आनंद है। तो वैसे कर्म मीमांसा में क्या होता है, व्यक्ति कर्म को ज्यादा प्रधान बनाता है और भगवान के प्रति जो प्रेम है, जो सेवा है, उसको गौण रखता है, करता है वो पर गौण स्थिति में, तो वो कर्म मीमांसा हो जाता है, बस ऐसे ही, और कुछ नहीं। और वो अपने आप को थोड़ा इधर बैलेंस कर लेगा तो भक्त बन जाएगा, बस वो थोड़ा मतलब अंडरस्टैंडिंग का पार्ट है। या कभी कभी सामाजिक स्थिति है, लोग कर्मों से भाग रहे हैं अपने दायित्व से, तो कुछ प्रचारक तभी कर्म मीमांसा दर्शन का सहारा लेके समाज को आप वो ला सकते हो। लेकिन ये जो गीता है, ये समाज शास्त्र के लिए नहीं है, ये भगवान सीधा आत्मशास्त्र की बात कर रहे हैं। तो यहाँ पे वो चर्चा बस कर्म मीमांसा भी गौण स्थिति में समझा के निकाल दिया भगवान ने। ऐसा, ठीक है। यस, और अभी हमारा 7 बज गया है, तो हम लोग मिलेंगे थर्सडे को सुबह 6 बजे। और धीरे धीरे मैं ट्राई कर रहा हूँ कि जैसे ये बीच में जो डेज आते हैं ना, तो मुझे सुबह फिर कभी कभी ना मैं ट्रैवलिंग में रहता हूँ, इधर उधर रहता हूँ, तो मुझे याद नहीं रहता, कई बार मैं खुद भी भूल जाता हूँ, मुझे सेशन नंबर याद नहीं रहता, डेली देता नहीं। तो मैं ट्राई कर रहा हूँ कि सैटरडे 3 से 5 या कोई भी टाइम में अभी डिस्कस नहीं किया हूँ, वो फाइनल करके मैं एक दिन एक टाइम मैं थोड़ा सा अपना फिक्स कर दूंगा, तो अच्छे से हम पढ़ भी सकते हैं और उसमें कंटिन्यूस हम ज्यादा वर्सेस भी ले सकते हैं और क्वेश्चन आंसर भी ले सकते हैं। आप लोगों को भी टाइम होगा, मॉर्निंग में क्या बहुत लोगों को ऑफिस और ये सब जाना है, वो सैटरडे टाइम रहेगा। संडे भी मत लो, क्योंकि संडे में प्रॉब्लम रहेगी, कुछ तो रहेगा। और शाम का भी मत लो, सुबह मत लो, बीच का दोपहर का लो, उससे ऐसा है कि मेरे को टाइम रहता है उस टाइम आसान रहता है। ऐसे तो बोल दिया, पता नहीं उस दिन ही कुछ आ जाए, मैं इतना भी धांधली है ना, इतना टीचिंग कर रखा है, इतने लोगों से डीलिंग्स होते, कोई बात नहीं। आप लोग को अभी तक समझ रहा है और अभी तक सब्जेक्ट मैटर आपके दिमाग में जा रहा है, तो ये अच्छा चीज है, ठीक है। तो धीरे धीरे पढ़िए और
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण।
थैंक यू वेरी मच।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी,
हरे
दंडवत
कृष्ण
प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु।
प्रणाम। हरे कृष्ण
ठीक।
हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण।
सभी प्रभु जी, सभी माता जी को हरे कृष्ण, दंडवत प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्णा।